So I mean, you know, I saw you, you know, at the Battlestar concert Thursday night actually,
right.
And you know, and I mean, it's great just seeing how much you know, how you can, you know, where you make it, where because it seems like fandom is either you have to love the original or you have to love the new one. You can't love them both. Where
Right.
a lot of us do love them both. I love the original. I love the new one. So
well, I think that's very much where I'm at. But you know, there's not enough good sci-fi to begin with, and so for me, a good show is a good show. I could sit there and talk about, well, this show's better, that show's not as good, this show didn't do that. But you know, when you come and get a show like this, Battlestar, I don't care what your problems or issues were, I have always wanted to see the original Battlestar continued, evolved, and taken to a darker, more edgy place, right?
Yeah.
Without losing the backstory and the mythology and the things we all love, building a bridge between the past and the future. But they made a choice not to do that. But whereas in the past, so many times they've brought back classics and ruined them because they never understood what it was really about.
Yep.
Here, somebody made the right decision. Monty Hammer hired the right people, and they ended up doing an incredibly well-written, well-acted, powerful drama about people, about life, about, you know, something we can all relate to in these post-apocalyptic 9/11 times. And I just think it was an extraordinary adventure to be a part of such an amazing show. It wasn't just another show. It was a show that we will all remember for the rest of our lives, something that touched each and every one of us. It's rare to find a story that you not only love the characters as actors that you get to play, but you love the story that has something to say to the world.
Yeah.
About life, about politics, about where we are, where we're going, where we came from.
No, Glenn Larson's been talking about doing a continuation film. I mean, have you heard anything about that?
They made a development deal. We don't know where that will go, but they're going to bounce it off of the original. I think what they want to do is they want to reach a wider audience. They feel that the original kind of crossed over a little bit more to reaching that larger, wider demographic, whereas the new show has more of a, you know, a dedicated, smaller demographic, although I don't think they're really able to accurately really read that because the Nielsen's no longer really tell you how many people are watching TV. People download on iTunes, they buy the DVDs, nobody wants to watch all the commercials. So my God, there could be 40 million people watching it out there and we wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, they're thinking about rebooting the original, obviously developing it, evolving it, maybe trying to do what Star Trek just did with the Star Trek movies. God knows.
So Glenn's talking about rebooting. He's thinking about rebooting.
Well,
is that what you're hearing?
That's what they're talking about doing.
Really? Would you? So, would they have? Do you think they'll include you at all, or they have to somewhere?
I don't have a clue, but my only thought would be I think it always makes sense to involve some of the original actors in any kind of a reboot.
Absolutely.
The same way they did with the new Star Trek movie. And again, whoever they choose to do that is up to them. But I think it always builds the bridge and brings fans over to give a look, because you know fans are very loyal and dedicated, and it's very hard for them to open up to accept something new. So, and I'm a fan, and I've had some of my favorite stories totally violated.
Yeah.
So all I can tell you is that I think it would be a smart thing to do, but you know, they own it, it's up to them, and we'll keep our fingers crossed. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's not about any of us, it's about what the fans decide, what they like or what they don't like. I just hope they listen and build a bridge to the fans and do something that everybody can embrace.
Excellent. Well, you know, you're well respected in the, you know, the acting community, and it's great. I'm really glad you became a part of the new Battlestar. I was kind of worried that, you know...
I was surprised. I didn't expect it. I did produce the 25th Battlestar Anniversary Convention, and I met Ron Moore, and I think we formed a friendship there. And so when he had, I guess, had a character that might be right for me, he thought of me and called me up a few months later and asked me to come in and said it was a one-shot deal that could evolve into something greater.
Tom Zarek, though, amazing character.
Thank you.
Ron Moore, I mean, he's a master of creating these, you know, like these not main characters, but these supporting characters that end up being beautiful characters, wonderful characters. And Tom Zarek is just like probably one of the best that
probably one of my most favorite characters. And I have to be honest with you, it's sad to have to say goodbye. And hopefully they'll do some more 2-hour side movies like the one that's coming up directed by Ed Ramos. But at this point in time, who knows? It's what the market will bear.
Yeah.
And if the fans demand enough,
I'd love to see
they'll have to bring it back.
I would love to see a Tom Zarek before the fall movie when he was in Paris. That would be awesome.
Yeah, since you're a fan, do you feel at home here in Comic-Con?
I am a fan. I'm a big geek. I'm actually working with a new company called SoulGeek.com, which is a social networking for sci-fi fantasy. Also has a dating component to it. I'm doing a new new reality show called Who the Frack is the Real Richard Hatch, which is the story about the real journey through Hollywood, my journey, 40-year journey, what it takes to create a career, sustain a career, and the heartache, the ups and downs, and trying to maintain a relationship in this business is not the easiest thing in the whole world. So it also clarifies that there are more than one Richard Hatch, and I am not the other guy.
You're not the other guy.
You know,
you pay your taxes, right?
I pay my taxes.
Keep your clothes on.
I keep my clothes on. That's exactly right. Thank you.
You're much more talented.
Yeah. If you could make the business decision, what would you do with the Battlestar franchise?
Well, what I would do is if they were going to do a reboot, first of all, I would love to see a Battlestar movie of this new version. I would love to see that. I think this show deserves a theatrical release. They should do movies. But just like Star Trek, I think there's room for more than one, you know what I mean, adjunct to the core Battlestar story, and therefore you could go back and also do the original. I think the Battlestar universe can hold that. And I think I saw Battlestar on the IMAX, the original movie, and the matte paintings aside, the movie looked like it was born for the IMAX,
awesome.
The big theater. So hopefully somebody will wake up and bring it to the screen, and I just have a feeling one way or the other it's going to make it to the movies probably in the next couple of years.
Excellent.
Yeah, it'd be nice to be a part of it, but God knows. But the Lords of Cobalt, you know, bless us, honor us, whatever. Yeah.
Well, great. Thank you so much.